What's up, everyone? It's TomDiesel here. I hope you guys had a great weekend, as always. Uh, Today, I just want to kind of go over one of the topic that you guys been asking me a lot. Not like me specifically, but it's more like a in after hours, also in main chat, almost like every single day. I think a lot of people are still struggling to find what sort of strategy that fits them the best. And so yeah, today I just want to kind of give my thoughts about it. It's more like finding your own style of trading. It's not something that you can do it over, I don't know, like 1 or 2 weeks, or like a month, 1 or 2 months, or something like that. It took me probably, I would say, 3 or 4 years for me to find you know uh, what strategy is the best for me, for my personality. And also, uh, I've been tracking all the stats, all the strategy that uh, I've been trading so far for the last few years, to come up with which one suits me the best, and which one I'm more like, yeah, so I could become a CVT, right? Consistently profitable trader. Uh, yeah, so let's go on. You know, let's get into this. Um, yeah, today, not likely, I'm not gonna go over you know charts. On my trades more of, but it's more like like a psychology, or like you want to call it. It's just like general info kind of video. Uh, just basically to help you guys figure it out, how to uh, pick a good setup, or like how to pick which strategy or which setup it suits, like more like suits you the best, or like it's the best for you. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, a lot of times what I've been doing, it's I'm basically, I'm a scalper, right? uh, that's what I do daily, and this is like my main sort of more like income, or like P&L wise. That's where all my money comes from. And yes, I'm not the type of trader that could bang, or like will make huge amount of money. No, I'm not that type, right? But I just find myself uh, doing this, and it's just like what works for me, and I feel real comfortable. uh, you know be that may, I don't know, like few $100 or like few thousand, to me, that's enough, right? And yes, I could really push myself into getting like a bigger kind of time trade. But over time, I basically, I just don't want to rush into that process, and I'm just gonna take it really slow. And when I see like a really good opportunity, like A plus setup, then I would go into that a little bit harder with the size. And yeah, as I'm just like normal guy, just like you guys, just normal human being. And what you guys are struggling right now, I'm struggling too, right? It's just that I've been doing this for a few years now, so it might be a little bit easier for me to see the setup, or like all the screen time and experience. It kind of paid out for that. And uh, you know it would easily, with the chart, if I pull up the chart, I could easily eyeball uh, the lines, and how it really becomes a support and resistance and all that. I mean, and yes, and that requires screen time and experience, right? And for you to be able to recognize which one is going to work the best, or like, I mean, there's no such thing that I would know for 100% that it's going to work, right? Nobody knows that. The only thing I know is I've been seeing this before, over and over again. And the thing I know is I'm good with my own risk management, right? So let's go over to more like find out your, what is your, like what strategy will like suits you the best, right? So you have to really ask yourself, what type of trader are you, or like what type of personality that you have, right? For me, for myself, I'm more like type of a trader that I'm not really that patient, okay? And if I'm in a trade, whenever I'm trading, it's like I watching almost every single tick. And for me, even 5 minutes or 10 minutes holding that position, it's still long, right? I just want something that it's gonna work for me right away, and either I'm gonna stay in that trade or not based on that. So I'm not really that patient kind of type, and so I'm more like impatient, more of. So for me, on something like swing trading, or like all day trader like Bear, he does short and then hold it for the rest of the day. For me personally, I just can't do that, right? Yes, I've been trying uh, to kind of adapt to that, as well as a lot of times I would short into the resistance right in the morning, and then I cover, I don't know, like 70 or 80% of my shares, and I just left really small percentage of that, just like basically for the all day trader, uh and set the stop like basically break even, right? But even with that, I'm still struggling with myself, checking the phones, checking my phone every 5 or 10 minutes. So, this is type of the person that I am, and so I have to kind of work around that, right? I cannot be as, I don't know, like Bear or someone else, like having one trade and then they just leave it there, set a stop, and forget about it, right? And not even look at it maybe in the afternoon, or like going to go about their day and doing whatever they wanted to do, and without checking all the quotes, all the level two, all the charts, nothing, right? So I'm not that type of trader, and I've been trying this, like trying different kind of setup. I've been trying swing trading also, uh to see if I could be that patient. And for me, it's I'm not that type of person. Even I do have some sort of investment, like more like long term in the stocks as well, but it's just like really tiny amount. And even with that, I'm still checking the quotes on them. I'm still checking how the stock is doing every almost like 3 or 4 times a day, because I'm more like a scalper, right? I'm more like a day trader, and to me, it's just that strategy. I know that it won't work really well, to my personality, right? So this is something that you need to ask yourself. And for me, the easiest way I could describe it is, because I'm not that patient person, so I wanted something to get in and then get out real quick, more like Nell and Bell. And as you can see, that's, I think, a lot of us here: Alex, Bao, me, James, Harry, alongside as well. And this is something that working for us. Like for Alex, right? He been trading only the first hour, but for Bao, he's a good like channel trader, right? So he could do the channeling all the way from like basically the whole day, right? So, but for me, it's it's more like I have to kind of uh adapt, or like learn from each, so that I can come up with my best kind of style. And so I like the Alex style, which is nail and bell first hour at open. But I also like the bow style, right? And which is he's trading off the resistance, more like channel trade. And as you can see here, support here, short into this, core into support, core into support, and so you can get them multiple times with just like basically channel trading. And sometimes I want to uh, put some of bear style in my strategy as well. It's like okay, I'm gonna short it here. Alex time is gonna cover it here, right? And not gonna trade after 10:30, but I still leave some just small, just in case it's dropped to this. That would be fitting into like bear style more of. And yeah, so this is why I want to adapt a lot of times. And sometimes you even see me long after 10:30, right? Uh, it's like I think one of favorite Harry's, long reclaim that view app and trying to squeeze. So it really comes down to what you really want, and to be able to learn from each person in here, and try to combine all that into your own personal kind of style. I think that's the best way, right? uh, there are like millions way to how to skin a cat. It doesn't have to be one way. And you can look at large cap as well. The other day, AMD, right? I almost like never traded, large caps. It's pretty much, for me, anything above 1 billion, I would probably avoid, right? But AMD, I saw Joe post some in the large caps. First red day, right? One, two, three, four, five, six. Green candles, good volume. I mean, yeah, that's solid first red day. And yes, I'm interested too. And so, you know, this is like more. You have to kind of combine everything, to find what really works best for yourself. There is no exact way, or like exact strategy that it's gonna fit your style, right? There is no way. It's only through trials and errors that you will be able to find what suits the best for you, right? A lot of people could do like tape trading, looking at the tape, right? See significant level, and or like big bidder, big ass, on the level two, and then they can make their decision based on that. But that's just not me, right? But as you can see, there are like millions, I don't know, thousand millions way how to make money in the market. Uh, and like Mama Tay, she's been doing swing, right? I mean, long and just holding the stocks, and that's what's been working for her. For I don't know, for like a decade now, maybe more. So yeah, so you really need to kind of uh, combine everything, and I mean, I think at first maybe you should try everything. Okay, maybe because I'm more like you know the way how I can identify if that strategy is working for me or not is I need to ask myself if I'm really that patient person. If you're patient, right, you could be okay with holding the position, for I don't know, for a day or two, for like a week. Then maybe the all day fader, or like swing strategy could be for you, right? But if you are the person like myself, which I'm not really patient, and I'm checking the quotes every few minutes. It's just like my bad habit. It was like that's just my personality, and maybe that's not something for you, because if you are that impatient, I might suggest you to go with trying to kind of nail and bell. That will work better for you, or like if you are not tech savvy, or like if you're not good with I don't know, if you are playing games online before, right? Or you fast with the keyboard, fast with mouse. You can do scalping, right? Really fast with good size, something like that. But if you that person's that it's not really tech savvy, or like is really not good with uh, executing the trade, like some of us, it could be really fast. I'm not suggesting and you need to use hotkeys and all that, but if it takes you like I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 seconds, choose the order and fill out, or like sending out the order out. But maybe the scalping that way is really not for you, right? Maybe you should consider something. You maybe like swinging a stock, or like for you're aiming for a bigger move instead of 10 cents or 20 cents over and over again, right? And so we have long strategy or short strategy, low hanging fruit, death line, first red day, uh, all those. You need to kind of pick one and go from there. And I think that's the best way how to kind of navigate through that. But for me, all that strategy in MIC and a cube with, I just picking from each one. How James, trades, or how Alex Bow trades, or how Harry or like Austin trade in alongside. I try to, to combine all that. Also enjoying large caps. Sometimes it could see, first red day. Sometimes I even play options, right? On something like, AMD or Tesla. Uh, when, shares is just like way too big, you couldn't, trade with your like normal shares. I'm going with options, so and I have predefined risk, and with all that, I mean, through times and experience, screen time experience, it will help a lot. And if you can pick up the brain, like from each person, and then try, to find uh, the best of each person, and then you can combine it and to fit into your strategy. I think that's the best. And because everyone is different, every single person here, yes, the strategy might be the same, the overall picture might be the same, but the way we trade might be different, each of us. Okay, everyone, we have our own identity, or like our own way of thought, our own way of thinking about the stock. Yes, like the overall picture, it's shorting your stock, likely it's gonna go down, right? It's just like the timing of it might be different. Okay, I'm not sure. No, I can really explain it to you. It's more like yes, I mean the general like big term picture. I mean, could do it in a watch list, like let's say 5.5 and 6, right? You're gonna put orders out, and that's it, right? But a lot of times, you can see me, for example, I'm shorting into this 540, and I'm covering into this 520, right? But for someone like Alex, no, he wouldn't do that. He would wait for 5.5 and then cover 5.10 here, or like Bow, he would wait all the way to 5.6 and cover all the way into this support from 4.8. So it really depends on how we execute the trade and how we be able to kind of read that in the real-time executions, like real-time trading. You know that is easier said than done, right? The real-time executions or real-time trading, it's something totally different. I mean, you might be watching the videos a lot, but when it comes to that real-time, everything will change, right? So you have to kind of combine all that and try to come up with your own more like a personal style, and to fit to like basically to make you comfortable with that setup, or to make you comfortable with that executions. Yes, the big term picture is the same, but that's how, I don't know, and that could be like, I just want to kind of explain to you guys like that. It's not that really simple. Yes, trading is really simple if you think about it, but it's not easy because the emotions got and everyone is different, right? Maybe you got your emotions involved in that trade more than me. Like let's say 90% of your emotions are getting involved in that trade. It's different than me. I'm only letting 10% of my emotions, uh, like letting myself or letting my emotions dictate that trade for me. So it's really different. And also sizing as well. If you sizing in too big and too soon, yes, likely you're gonna get shaken out by that move. And if you didn't have a plan, and I had a plan, let's say I'm gonna short it here 5.4, right, exactly like you, but if you are in too big of the size here, and then the pop into that 5.6, you couldn't handle that, and then you got stopped out. And I'm still okay with scaling all the way to 6, right? So everyone is different in that terms, and you have to kind of think about that as well. And yeah, so yeah guys, so this might be, I'm not sure if that's helpful in this video, but I just want to kind of go over and how I basically found my edge, or how I found the strategy that will that suits best for me. And this is like just one of the way, and we are like, every single human in here, we are really unique in our own way, okay, of trading and anything in life, right? That's why we have our own identity. That's why we have all the prints, all that, and everyone is different, okay? Each and one of us. So try to identify that, and you know uh, do your best to find really what works for you, okay? And if you have any questions, as always, DM me, or you know or any of the mods here anytime. I'll be happy, to help and to share the ideas with you. All right, guys. So hope it helps, and I see you guys on the next one. Take care.